over 10 days.
Oh, yeah.
Hi! Hey! Hello, humans! Okay, let's see if this is working. Every week I ask the same question because we never know. We're just going to give it a minute. Hi, everyone. Hi! This is your friend. Look, I have a special guest here, by the way.
Hello.
This is my beautiful, beautiful, amazing niece, Amanda.
Super tall niece, by the way.
Super tall. Like super tall. Here, let's make this. Hi, how do you pronounce her name?
Gia.
Hi, Gia. So nice of you to join us today, and thank you for the follow. I can't wait to meet you in person. Hi.
Auntie Mandy.
Hi, this is Auntie Mandy and Auntie Liana. Auntie Liana actually has a nickname.
A special,
you want to tell them a story?
Sure. When I was 1, I couldn't pronounce the L, so aw, you're lovely. That was when I was young. I couldn't pronounce the L in Liana, so she was Liana. So she's Auntie Liana. So I call her Auntie Y, actually.
Yeah. And so she gave me the name Auntie Y. Isn't that cute? And so now that's it. Everybody calls me Auntie Y. And it's like it's got a long story. But we all in our family, we have this thing about nicknaming people. Like her younger sister by my daughter is called Foreign. Now, the way that gets there, you want to explain it?
Yeah.
It's Lauren.
And then foreign, and then foreign country.
Yep. Lauren, foreign country. Now all we do is call her country.
Or no, foreign. We always do
foreign.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hi everybody. Yes, Gia, it's pretty funny, pretty hilarious. So Amanda just stopped by for like a second, and I wanted to introduce her because she's been, like, since she was a little girl, yes, it is hilarious. Thank you. She's been around image therapy for a really long time. Haven't you?
No, when I was little, Auntie Liana didn't know when I was, very young that I would actually turn out to be a tomboy. But what was cute was that when I was about 4 years old, she used to draw me wedding dresses by hand, and in the hopes that I would actually care about dresses. I cared about the drawings because they were legitimate gifts.
But not the dresses.
Not the dresses whatsoever. However, I did know that at the time, this was in the 80s, that she was working for Cher. And I knew that was like a huge pop star. And I admired my auntie for working for Bob Mackie and being in the fashion industry and for being such a great role model for me. So I essentially watched the development of her career from kind of fashion stylist, right? Fashion designer, all the way to helping people find themselves and their personality through their own expression and their clothing.
And it's been a really amazing broad spectrum. It isn't just a spectrum of, oh, Liana just does this for men or women, or it's everyone. Okay. So sometimes now what's happening is that the second and third generation from my clients, the children and the grandchildren are now coming and doing this work, which is so remarkable because they've been infused by it by their moms and their grandparents, and it's been really amazing.
Gia, do you have any questions for us? We can do a Q&A.
Yeah,
This is just like a 3-way chat, I guess, right?
Yeah. Gia, ask us some questions. Or we could actually have you on here if you want to come on live.
No. She just got eye surgery. So
oh, she did?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Feel better. Just ask us.
Yeah,
I think that's her. Ask us some questions if you'd like. And if not, you can ask them later.
We can do more stories. The fact is that I drive a red convertible because my auntie drives a red convertible. There's no doubt about that.
But I have another story. I want to tell you guys another story. So Amanda and we look very much alike when we were children. And, and I used to have this black and white photograph hanging in my kitchen of when I was a little girl. And I remember Amanda coming into my kitchen one day and she goes, Auntie Liana, whose clothes am I wearing? Those are not my clothes. I don't have those clothes. Whose clothes are those? And I said, sweetie, that's not you. That's me when I was a little girl. That's how similar our facial structure is and our smile. And I think that The one thing that I really did want to talk about is, you know what just Amanda just did? She's like, Liana, I'm coming over. Auntie, I'm coming over. And are you available? We don't do that enough. Like, we don't, like, take the moment without having to do it 3 weeks in advance.
No.
And come over and just say, hey, how are you? I miss you. What's going on? Tell me. Why did I hear some sadness in your voice the last time I talked to you? What's going on with you? Just tell me what's going on behind the scenes. You know, the reality, the authenticity, the transparency, and the reality of the tenderheartedness of who we are.
Hey, Fuzzy!
Hi, Fuzzy! This is my son-in-law. Oh my God, it's all in the family.
Yay! How's it going, Fuzz?
So when you're in that place of living life, you know, when life is lifing, and we often think, oh my God, there's no one out there who really gets me. For us in the Persian community, or I don't know, Persian Jewish community, in our family, in our tribe, it's always about, hey, how are you? What's going on? You know? And then just not letting someone be fine, because fine stands for
Ooh.
Fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. So when someone says, I'm fine, you don't have to say, oh yeah, well, that's great. No, you just go, really? What's going on? What's really going on with you? Because sometimes the armor is just too big, and we think that if we're just going to like gush it all out because it's hard and difficult, and Amanda and I, we know a lot about that. We're both coaches, right? How is it when someone is just like trying to armor up because they're afraid that all their emotions are going to be too much? Well, tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, as an MD and somebody who has gone through a lot of emotional ups and downs, I have come to see that one of the biggest triggers for any sort of extreme sadness or extreme anxiety is isolation. Isolation is actually one of the biggest risk factors for other issues, and so
it feeds.
Yeah, isolation. As long as you can prevent isolation, you can prevent a lot of sadness and anxiety. So it's kind of like step one I've seen for helping yourself if you feel emotionally down or too nervous. It's going to somebody you trust, and that for me is often my auntie. And
see this what Amanda just said is really powerful, because you guys always hear me say in person. There's nothing like in person. Come and breathe the same air, you know, share a meal, be there with whoever it is, where you think you have an intuitive sense. Oh, no, I should call them. I should call them again. Even if they don't respond, just be the person, you know, to listen to your own intuition when it comes to someone that you love. Let me see.
Yeah.
You both look very much alike. Yes, we do.
So sweet. So sweet.
Thank you for saying that, honey. I take that as a huge compliment.
Likewise. On that topic, I was watching a documentary on Amazon Prime about Nobu, the famous chef. And actually his bestie, his best friend, called him, or he called his bestie one day. And we could talk about adult topics,
yeah.
I mean, serious things. And his friend was really short with him, and he actually took it personally. And unfortunately, he didn't do that. He didn't follow up.
He didn't go through.
He didn't follow up. And he took it personally instead of following up. And
shut down.
Unfortunately, his friend took his own life the next day. And he's always felt guilty about that. And actually, not until he made the actual documentary did he visit his friend's grave, because it was too much. So definitely, you never know what somebody's going through. So following up and kind of doing the extra check-in can make a world of difference.
Yeah. So why am I saying that here in the course of image therapy is because one of the tenets of image therapy is, can you be with life exactly the way it is and exactly the way it isn't?
And exactly the way you are.
And exactly the way you are and exactly the way you're not. Okay? So you don't have to twist yourself into some sort of pretzel to become like somebody else. You are the masterpiece that the universe has put here. God has put you here. There will never, ever be another one like you in the whole history of mankind. We might have similarities. You know, I might have a twin sister. Amanda might have a twin sister. You might have someone who's exactly like you, shared a womb with you. You come out, you look the same, not the same person.
I have a question. Can we like add Auntie Mandy to this and maybe get some more? Oh no, yeah, you can't do that. Anyway, we can do it later.
We can do it next week.
Yeah, we can do something like that. Yeah, that's
we can add Auntie Mandy.
See,
and then Auntie Mandy can come on the screen.
That would be fun.
Would you want to do that?
Hands
so
down,
part two, Monday morning next week. Amanda is going to come with me.
Stay tuned. I love the Mandy as the shorter version of Auntie Mandy.
Auntie Mandy is going to come. Are you leaving?
Well, I think I need to go to work.
Okay. She needs to go to work. We're going to continue this conversation.
Oh, I love you so much.
You, my angel.
Thank you for letting me join. Liana, I just bought your book this morning.
Oh my God. Tell me how you like it. I can't wait to talk to you about it.
Bye. I love you. Take care.
Bye.
I love you.
Just leave, just close the door.
Yeah, I will.
So, here's the thing. This whole conversation, image therapy, living life, what does dressing and clothing and accessories, and that's just the name on the door. What's behind the door is really what you just watched happen, okay? And the reason why I say it that way is because wherever you go, there you are. You take everything that you are and who you are with you, and you take it into situations like living life with Amanda. Like, you have something else to say? I love you. Did you get everything?
I got everything.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
I love you more, sweetie. Bye, honey.
Love you.
So when you think about the fact, when I say, can you be with life exactly the way it is and exactly the way it isn't, right? These moments that show up and these moments that happen are just, they're precious. I didn't plan this, you know? And how are you being with the moments that are happening in your life that you didn't plan? With an invitation, with flowers from a secret admirer that show up. I still don't know who it is. By the way, can I just give you an understanding of these flowers are, I don't know, they're over 10 days, maybe even 2 weeks. And look at them, they're still going strong and blooming bright. So I talk about them here because I want you, whoever the secret admirer is, I want to thank you for sending flowers. Yes, and this is very tender-hearted to me because there is no expectation attached to these flowers. There is just a lot of love that's coming through them, and they've been in my house for 2 weeks, and the scent of these lilies, and I don't know how this person knows that I love lilies, but the reason why I love them is they're not just gorgeous to look at, but the scent fills up the whole house. So I wake up in the morning and the whole house smells like this beautiful perfume, which is just like a human being. We have our own sound, we have our own scent, we have our own distinct imprint, just like fingerprints in our voice, in our scent. You know, it's like you don't have to have soap or perfume on you. You are unique, just like the scent of a flower. So in German, we have this beautiful saying. I don't know if it's beautiful, but if you don't like someone, you don't say I don't like you. You say ich kann dich nicht riechen, which means I can't stand smelling you. And the reason why I talk about scent is because we have our nose knows, our olfactory system knows if someone is a person that we can actually talk to or be with, because sometimes you'll be in a place where oh my God, hi Rachel Jr. It's so good to see you. How have you been? Oh my God, it's been ages. Thanks for stopping by. I'm so happy to see you here. I hope everything is well in your world. So the sound of a person's voice is like music. Only you have that voice. As Ray Charles is on here, the sound of a person's voice when they're speaking, not when you're singing, when you're speaking. You know, you can pick up the phone and somebody can say hello and you know exactly who it is. You can be in a room and you know, have your eyes closed and you can smell someone. This isn't about good smell, bad smell. This is something that you remember. Like when a child is born and falls out of his mother's womb, it's not the voice, it's the scent of the mother that the baby can recognize. So when a baby is held by its mom, it smells the mother and knows that it's safe and it's in its mother's arms. So all of these conversations that we're having about style and color and dressing and all of that is the universe of your life and being in all of it. So yes, I'm pulling away very, very far in order to get very close to, can you be with life exactly the way it is and exactly the way it isn't? There is no need for you, for your masterpiece exactly the way it is. You don't have to turn yourself into a pretzel to accommodate somebody else or to be, you know, to be seen by someone. The right person will see you and the right person will acknowledge who you are because they will be vibrating on the same wavelength that you are. You don't have to run after them and ask them for anything because they'll show up, they'll see you. So being seen and being gotten and being acknowledged cannot happen via a mask because the mask will fall away. It's too much effort. It's so arduous to be carrying a mask all day and pretending to be somebody else. So all of this work about image therapy and the right clothes and the right accessories and the right shoes, those are just like points. The essence of who you are is what's the most important because the clothing and the jewelry and everything else around you just needs to be fit your masterpiece. And when it does, this is how you show up. You show up in harmony with what's there. So like that. But most people walk around like this. It doesn't harmonize. And the work that we do together, you know, whether you're doing it online or whether you're coming here in person, is all about, can you be with life exactly the way it is and exactly the way it isn't? And can you access the authentic presence of your space inside, internal space, and have the inner and the outer be in harmony with one another, rather than the outfit showing up before you do, rather than everything in your life being like a mask or, oh, look at me, here I am. No, look at me, here I am is your spirit. The clothing is just the frame. The accessories are just the frame around your masterpiece. If the outfit shows up before you do, please put it back. If it doesn't love, you may love it, but if it doesn't love you back, leave it alone. It shouldn't be in your bed and it shouldn't be in your closet. If a partner doesn't love you back, no, why would you be there? Why would you have them in your life? So clothing is exactly the same thing. Accessories are the same thing. Food is the same thing. Why would you eat something that you know doesn't make you feel deliciously joyful and is healthy for your blood and your body and your muscles? And so seeing all of this and being there in the world with all of that is something that's so hard for people because we've been taught to armor up, you know? Kind of like, hi Cyrus! It's so good that you're here. Hi, my love. This is my grandson. Hi, Angel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So for all of you who have questions about image therapy, whatever the question is, just put it in the chat. Let me know what you've learned today. If you have questions for Auntie Mandy, Amanda, my niece, please put them in the chat. You can also DM me privately. Hi, my love. It's so good to see you. Ask me questions if you have any, Cyrus. Mwah. if you have any comments, if there's something that I touched on today where you go, oh, I never really thought about that. I didn't think that image therapy is the process. It's actually what it is. It's the PhD in design of who you are. Okay? So when I work with my clients or when I speak whatever on stages or in my book, it says, let me undress your spirit so we can dress your body. Because the armor that we hold about the thing that we don't want the world to see, they can't know this about me. No, I'm too big, I'm too small, I'm too fat, I'm too dark, I'm too blonde, I'm too short, No, you're perfect. You're perfectly imperfect. And that's the blessing and the beauty of living. Like when you go into a garden, you don't say, oh, why is that rose smaller than the other one? Or why is that tree larger than the other one? No, it's all perfect. Exactly the way it is. And claiming your crown, owning who you are, owning the greatness of who you are, rather than constantly seeking your own guilt. There's no cheese down that road, You were put here for a purpose, and only you can fulfill that purpose. It could be a tiny purpose, it could be a big purpose, it doesn't matter. But the joy is in traveling that road and bringing that purpose to the world, because only you can do that. That's right. Perfectly imperfect, yes, sweetheart. We're all perfectly imperfect, when I see people wanting to change their bodies, I created Plastic Surgeon Virgin many years ago, plasticsurgeonvirgin.com. And I created it, and there's some content on there, but you can't really access it because I've turned it off, is because this whole movement about taking yourself into a whole other realm of who you are, changing the color of your hair. It starts with changing the color of your hair, then changing your booty, then changing your boobs, then it's like everything is doable. Yes, you can take your masterpiece and change your eye color, you can change your skin tone, you can change the size of your booty, the size of your boobs, the size of your waist. There are even people who want to make themselves taller by going into you go into the femur, they cut the femur and they pull it apart so they can gain 2 inches in their length. People take out their lower ribs so their waist gets smaller. So I think about this, and I think about the arduousness of what must be going on in someone's mind who thinks they're so less than. Their belief system is based on, I'm not good enough, I'm less than. Men getting pec implants or calf implants. This isn't just for women. We're not just talking about women. We're talking about a lot of people. Gender neutral, gender fluid, male, female. There is something going through our society that has us believe that who we are is not okay. And I'm here to tell you that you are. You're perfectly imperfect. You're a beautiful diamond on God's seashore. And sometimes we haven't been taught how to go from bud to blossom. We have not been taught that path of image therapy, understanding. So what is it about this masterpiece that's absolutely great? What can I bring out that's even better? Okay? Rather than focusing on what's not right and focusing on the negative, how about you focus on the amazingness of who you are? Yeah, just focus on that. By the way, those pathways in the brain get fed by every thought that we have. So whatever you think comes out of your mouth, falls into your lap, and then it shows up in your life. So look at what's happening in your life. That's how it started. It started with a thought that you articulate. Yes, and there will be more of this next week, and we'll also talk about shoes. I want to talk to you about the history of heels, and we're going to do all that. We've got so much to talk about. So, my dears, beautiful humans, go out. Let me know which corner of the universe you're sparkling up today, because I want to know. and know if God had sent down an angel to give you a message, right? Would you say, no, thank you, I'm not going to go deliver that message? No, you would say, yeah, absolutely. So just think of yourself as that. You are God's messenger here on earth to deliver a message. You know, your smile might put someone in a position where they're not going to be angry, or they might just go, oh, look at that, that was so sweet. And it might just like have them think about something else. Just because you're met with someone in a bad mood doesn't mean you have to give it back to them. Don't stop being who you are. The world needs all of us. So, let me see who's here. Oh, it was wonderful meeting you, Angel. I hope I can get to meet you in person, Gia. I hope so. Bye. Have a great week. Enjoy your week. Go out and sparkle. And let me know if you have any questions. Put them in the comments and let me know in the comments. Let me know what you learned today, because that's really important for me, that you got something out of this. So thanks for letting me know. Thanks for your support. Mwah. Bye.